Blessings, beautiful beings. This is Peter reporting to you live from Kearney Mesa, San Diego. And I'm here at this beautiful eucalyptus tree that I have been building an earth altar around, or I built an earth altar around for several weeks from the months of March and April. I really poured a lot of love into it, and then in May I came to meditate and to pray and to just be in nature here. And this it's really interesting as this art form that I've been that's been coming to me and through me is honoring in animism. There's animism similar to is like the birth of shamanic cultures of honoring all of life is spiritual, all of life is sacred, and being able to connect with nature through the elements. And so this actually brought this agave plant here. I found some on the side of the road one day and gathered a bunch of succulents and brought them. Which is interesting because actually animals ate most of the succulents here. There's 1, 2, 3, there's like several of them that got eaten. And I actually was making offerings to spirit, to the lands, and feeding them through the animals. And so I'd actually bring offerings of food here on a regular basis, like 2 times a week, and the animals would come feed from here. And so the energy here is, it started as a nest that was in here, and then there was another nest inside of the center, and then it actually ended up turning into this Fibonacci spiral here. And I haven't touched this in a while, like several weeks, so it's very weathered. But in animism, similar to like Shinto, those red gates in the Japanese culture is like you create these earth altars, these shrines to nature, and the elements happen. It's part of nature, and so this is really interesting. Like coming back after a while and seeing how it's very raw, and it's, you know, it was more refined and polished and groomed before, and it's like, you know, kind of like the winds and the rain and the animals crawling in and working with it. And you can see how this energy here is come around in a spiral and then goes out and through. And so I would do rituals of being able to tap into the core desired feelings, the energy, the frequency, the vibration of specific emotions that I want to experience and emanate and attract more of. And it's working. I've had some really amazing, astounding manifestations recently, and I pay tribute to this altar as a huge part of that. And so I actually guided these branches, or I was guided to guide these branches. It was a slow process that, you know, took several weeks, and I actually had this lovely piece of glass that was up here, and I had an event on a flyer that's actually still right there, and some other symbols, and brought this little pine tree down here. And I had been doing prayers and meditations here on this rug, and when I came back from my journeys of being out in the wilderness, this glass had actually fallen down the hill and cracked, and I had so many breakthroughs. And so the synchronicity of the physical manifestation of this altar having these large pieces of glass have breakthroughs is very fascinating. And yeah, so I felt inspired to share. Much love. Aho.